In the next 9 minutes, I'll explain the 9 leadership lessons that 91% of leaders realize only when it's too late. Be the 9% that don't. Build relationships over resume lines. Good leaders know that building strong relationships with their team is going to lead to a high trusting environment. And as a result, a high trusting environment is going to lead to better collaboration, more innovativeness, and more loyalty from their teams. This, in turn, is actually going to produce a more effective and efficient team as a whole. And a Harvard study actually shows that building strong relationships is the top predictor of happiness within the leader and within the team. One of the biggest regrets that older leaders have is that they didn't build enough relationships. They were only chasing the next promotion, their KPIs, or just to be successful and achieve their goals, versus actually building the relationships between their team and themselves. So there are 3 initial things that you can do to start building strong relationships with your team. The first one is to have regular weekly one-on-ones. The second one is to have regular weekly team meetings where the whole team meets to discuss their issues, goals, agenda, and KPIs. So the third one is to have informal conversations with your team members. So whether that's just grabbing a coffee, grabbing some tea, going on lunch, or something else, just talk with them and don't have an agenda behind it. Have self-compassion over self-criticism. We sometimes love to criticizing ourselves. Oh, I should have done this better. I should have known better. This stuff usually doesn't happen to me. I have to be more disciplined. I have to do better next time. But what this actually self-criticism does, it actually drains our energy and even our confidence if we're not careful. Whereas self-compassion actually fuels our motivation and resilience. So what we should and need to do, we have to have more self-compassion. If we made a mistake, that's fine. Acknowledge the mistake and then check what you could have done better and then move on. Be okay with the mistake. Be kind to yourself. Because people and leaders that are actually kind are leading with emotional intelligence. If you keep having self-criticism and self-doubts, just ask yourself, what would a friend tell you right now in your situation? Or what would you tell a friend if they were in your situation? You probably wouldn't be criticizing them. Oh yeah, you suck. You're horrible. Like you should just go away and like just quit or something like that. No, you'd probably console them. Hey, stuff happens. Life happens. Yes, you made a mistake. Yes, you're feeling down today, but tomorrow's going to be better. So be kind to yourself because that's the only way that we can succeed as leaders and be better as leaders with every single day. Get enough sleep. I know if you're watching me right now, you can see that I'm sleep deprived today, which is a shame, but it is what it is. But getting enough sleep is one of the most critical things that we can do for our body, but especially for our brain. Because if our brain doesn't get enough sleep, it is tired. It cannot function properly. Our subconscious and our conscious mind as well. Always have a growth mindset. Growth mindset is one of the keys to becoming a better person and becoming a great leader. Because growth mindset pretty much means that you always want to improve yourself. You always want to learn and you don't fear like trying. So things as, hey, I've never done this before, yet I'm going to try and see what happens. Versus, I've never done this before, so I guess I'm just not good at it and I won't even try. Carol Dweck, who coined the term growth mindset, explains it like this. This growth mindset is based on the belief that your basic qualities are things you can cultivate through your efforts, your strategies, and help from others. Although people may differ in every which way, in their initial talents and aptitudes, interests, or temperaments, everyone can change and grow through application and experience. There are 4 ways on how you can achieve a growth mindset. Focus on the journey. Take on challenges, incorporate yet into your vocabulary, and pay attention to your words and thoughts. So think long-term, not just urgent or right now. So what I like to have is, I like to have a 1-year, 5-year, and a 10-year leadership plan and an overall plan on what I want to achieve with my career. And I advise you to do the exact same thing. You may not have a 1-year, 5-year, or 10-year plan. You may just have like a 1-year, 2-year, or a 3-year plan. It really doesn't matter. But the important part about this is that you have a long-term plan. Because when you have a long-term plan, you know what you want to achieve at the end. And from there, you can actually create short-term plans. But if you don't have a wide-ranging long-term plan, your short-term plans may actually be impeding what you want to achieve in the end. So one of my stories was that I was a chief of staff for a career coaching company. I was the number 2 person in the company. I had a good pay, and pretty much I was safe there. But after a year passed, I didn't see myself there anymore because it didn't comply with what my vision was in 10 years. Because I wanted to be a leadership coach, and that place pretty much forbade me to become a leadership coach. That place, while at the beginning was really good for me improving my abilities, improving my thinking on how to run a company and stuff, was amazing in the first year. But then it became an impediment to my growth. And the actual CEO was actually preventing me from growing as much as I wanted to. So yeah, I quit, and here I am right now. Be your authentic self. Don't chase approval or being liked. Leading with authenticity means that you're leading with values and beliefs. When you're doing this, this actually builds tremendous trust and safety within your team. Your team knows who you are. You're not just some fake person that is just telling them what they need to do. When you're chasing approval, you want everybody else around you to like you. You want your team to like you and that they approve of you. So what do you usually do? You actually make decisions based on the way you think that others are going to be perceiving them. You're not making decisions based on what's best for the individual and the team as a whole, because that's a big difference. And when you're being authentic and when you're making decisions based on what's best for everybody else around you and the team, yes, people may not like you, but they will respect you. You will earn their respect. And that is the name of the game here. Your authenticity brings respect, and respect builds trust and a safe environment for yourself and for your team. Ask for help. Asking for help is not a weakness. It's one of the biggest strengths a leader can have, because we all have our blind spots. We all have things that we don't know. And asking other people for help to help us improve on that is one of the golden nuggets that quite a few leaders don't understand or don't want to do, because they perceive that as weakness. As a leader, it's perfectly okay to ask in front of the whole team, hey, I don't know this. Can somebody help me? Or to a specific person, hey, can you help me with this? I know you're good at this. Can you teach me how? And then just become a student. Let the other person teach you. It doesn't matter if you're their boss or their manager or you're way higher in the hierarchy than they are. They know something. They're probably a subject matter expert in a specific field that you need to learn. Allow them to teach you. That's one of the best ways and most effective ways to build trust with the person. Just don't be a douche when you're asking for help, or just expect that people are going to be willing to help you just because you're their manager or leader. No, you have to earn for them to actually help you. Grateful leaders are more optimistic and resilient. Be grateful for where you are, what you have right now, and make sure you repeat this over and over so that you don't forget this. Be mindful and present, and this is going to lead to mental clarity. Mindfulness is also going to improve focus, emotional regulation, and your decision making. And distracted leaders actually miss way more than we may think, because they're not there, they're not in the moment, and they cannot just focus on what the issue is, what the challenge is, and how to improve the trust, psychological safety, and the performance of their teams just because of this. Being present at the moment actually inspires calm and connection. So these 9 leadership lessons were taken from leaders who are already retired, and they were asked, what do you regret most? We as leaders need to listen to our elder leaders, and these 9 lessons provide us with invaluable knowledge that we can apply right now to our leadership and our leadership skills and capabilities. Lead wisely while time is still on your side.